Welcome back to the Vocalyst. Merry Christmas to those of you who might be celebrating today. Yes, I'm recording this in advance because hopefully, weather permitting, I will be visiting family over the holidays, but I could not pass up the opportunity to do this reaction. I love the Christmas song, which we are going to listen to today, but more importantly, Nat King Cole is probably my favorite singer of all time. I know it's a bold statement, but his tone, his technique, his storytelling, his phrasing, there will never be another like him. So, here we go.
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire, Jack Frost nipping at your nose, Yuletide carols being sung by a choir, and folks dressed up like Eskimos. Everybody knows a turkey and some mistletoe help to make the season bright. Tiny tots with their eyes all aglow will find it hard to sleep tonight.
Okay, it's a short one, so I'm gonna just go all the way back. Let's point out some good things. Here we go. Actually, even before he starts singing, I love the way he manages his breath. No gasping. Honestly, granted, I know it's a recording and things can be edited and stuff like that, but in most of the recordings I've heard, it's just not audible. Like, I'm thinking back, but yeah, you really don't hear that breath. Obviously, I love seeing him smile. He helping to like widen that palate. I've mentioned that before, but his phrasing is really enhanced by like that inaudible breath, because even if he is breathing between lines or phrases, it doesn't feel like it. Like, he really carries the notes all the way through the end, and whatever breath he needs, he takes, but it doesn't feel like it's interrupting the line. And then, sorry, I'm just like thinking of all these things. When he first starts, it's just like a punch of a sound. Like, it's just so powerful and so bold, and yet still so warm and like beautifully aligned with the rest of his voice.
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire.
Like, even, oh my gosh, even at the end of his words, like roasting, he sings on that NG, but then on fire, he doesn't like, how to say it? He doesn't necessarily sing into the diphthong. He almost like, I feel like he allows the vowels to sort of encompass his sound. Like, it's not like he's having to push through it. He's just singing on that like pure ah sound for as long as he needs, and then allows the diphthong to roll off at the end.
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire, Jack Frost nipping at your nose.
Like that. Oh, it's so beautiful. Nose. Again with the diphthong. Watch his mouth.
Frost nipping at your nose. Yuletide carols being sung by a choir, and folks dressed up like Eskimos.
So right there after singing choir, you don't hear that breath, and so even though it's a separate phrase, it still feels very connected.
Being sung by a choir, and folks dressed up like Eskimos. Everybody knows a turkey and some mistletoe help to make the season bright. Tiny tots with their eyes all aglow will find it hard to sleep tonight.
And that last tone it was so beautiful. Even though he's staying in chest voice, he has so much variety. You know, he goes back and forth between that full adduction, which is a really powerful sort of like edgy, bitey sound, to releasing a little bit of that tension, allowing a little more air to come through. So it's a bit warmer and a bit like jazzier, maybe a little more sultry, and all the while using these different colors to paint the text and create such a beautiful picture.
They know that Santa's on his way. He's loaded lots of toys and goodies on his sleigh. And every mother's child is gonna spy to see if reindeer really know how to fly.
Even there, picking just a few words in a phrase to highlight them, to create maybe some smaller arcs, or you can create one big arc in the middle of the phrase. You know, sometimes we overemphasize words that just aren't important, and he doesn't do that. He does such a beautiful job of like really highlighting what we need to hear to just make it easier for us to take in, to absorb, and to appreciate.
Is gonna spy to see if reindeer really know how to fly.
Like reindeer, no fly. He does such a beautiful job of accenting those without, you know, pulling them out of the phrase.
Is gonna spy to see if reindeer really know how to fly. And so I'm offering this simple phrase to kids from 1 to 92. Although it's been said many times, many ways, Merry Christmas to you.
That was so smooth when he dipped down to that low note. The other thing I love, I could go on. His diction. It's very clear, but it's not like overemphasized. So it still feels like you're, you know, hanging out with a friend. It doesn't feel super performative because, you know, he's not over aspirating those T's or over enunciating any of those ending consonants. They're just perfect. We can understand what he's saying, but it's not so harsh that it sticks out.
Many times, many ways, Merry Christmas to you.
I know this was a short one, but his entire catalog is a masterclass on phrasing, and not just the ballads. Like a lot of the up-tempo jazz standards that he did, they're amazing. The other thing I love is that, you know, even though he's taking advantage of a wider palette, his vowels don't sound spread. They don't sound brassy or too, you know, abrasive. They still sound so warm and full and luscious. And when it comes to tone, I think you can only do so much. And I mean that in the sense that, like, my voice is my voice. You know, my speaking voice certain qualities of your vocal cords are just what you're born with. What I love about Nat King Cole is he took that gorgeous tone that he was born with and he didn't do a lot to manipulate it or change it into something else. Instead, he took all of that musicality and skill and phrasing and combined the two and just created something so spectacular. Anywho, that's it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching with me, and hopefully I will see you next time.